What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hi, everybody.
This is Jay.
I'm P.
And this is PandjRelationtips. Man, we're talking about something good today called shacking. So I want you guys to stay tuned because we got some good information for you guys.
All right. See you in a bit. Go.
All right. So today we're talking about shacking. Shacking is basically just a term of staying together, trying it out, test driving in a relationship before you're married. So we just want to say, typically, you know, the do's and the don'ts if you decide to go that route, if you don't decide to go that route, and then our views on shacking, and also understanding about it from just a biblical aspect sometimes too.
Yeah.
So shacking, let's talk about that real quick. So what do you think about shacking?
I think that it's okay to shack, and this is my personal belief. As a Christian, I've shacked before, not with my husband today, of course, but I've shacked before. I think it's something you should do to know a person. In today's world, we have marriages failing left and right, and and people, the main reason is not communication, it's not, you know, money. Those are some of the reasons, but it's really if you fully know that person. And if you know that person, you know that person's expectations and you know what you feel you need out of that person, or what I need out of my husband, what you need out of your wife. And so by knowing that person and getting, you know, to know how they like to communicate, when they like to communicate, those are the things that, you know, you kind of should learn, plays a huge part. So as far as shacking, I think it's a good thing to do, but it's not a good thing to do. It's in between. I really believe it's solely on the person's personality and who they truly are, what they truly believe in, and honestly just your I don't know how I want to say this, but you know, are you sexually active? That plays a huge part in it. And so basically, not your willingness, but just how much you want to commit
to that,
to not being sexually active and living together. So I think it's a good idea. It might not be a God idea, but it's a good idea. I don't know. How you feel on it?
Well, I'll piggyback off of that. I mean, I believe that it is in some cases, and because from a biblical aspect, it's going to be times 10 on the temptation level when you are in that situation.
When you're not in the when you're not together, temptation.
So imagine when you're there all the time, you see that person, somebody's coming out of the shower or whatever and whatnot, and it's on 10, on 1,000 amount of temptation that you can have with that. So I would believe that it is something that needs to happen. Even I mean, we probably shacked about a week and a half or two.
We got our key.
Yeah, maybe
a week. It was 2 weeks.
Or maybe a week or 2 weeks before we got married.
No, we got our key, and we got married July 4th. Did we get our key June 29th?
Yeah, so maybe not even a week.
Yeah.
But we were still, you know, we were staying. Yeah, we were playing.
We wasn't doing anything right before.
So it was just understanding that you know, with the shacking aspect, because sometimes people put on the front. And you don't, you know, you'll never know who that really person is until you live with them.
So
when they see they don't pick up the socks, or they don't do this, or they don't sleep right in the bed, or they do, or they snore. You don't know any of that until.
Or they nasty.
Right.
Because they can clean up before you get over there, honey.
And I can say this just to say, okay, if you're saying, you know, even from a Christian aspect, okay, understand about the shacking. Well, you can just go there to their house. Don't spend the night. And just, you know, kind of learn, pick up some ideas. Oh, he doesn't pick up his socks, or she doesn't clean up the hair out of the sink. Certain things that you want to be mindful of that, you know, where if you don't have to take the next step of moving in, but really just learning a person by who they are, just by going, because we would, you know, spend time at each other's houses. And that kind of just helped us to where we didn't have to move in and just do it. So I believe that even on the aspect now, if you're in a situation where you have no choice or you have to move in together, we just make sure that you are prayed up enough and really have a pathway to purpose to what you want to do. So strictly for you men, don't just feel that okay, she's moved in with me now, so we're operating as a common law marriage. Don't do that, because you want to make sure that you really have the papers, and that signifies something, although it may be just something that's signed, but it really shows that you are in this to death do you part. So you really want to make sure you put a ring on her, really let her know how special she is, because fellas, truth be told, you want your lady walking around with one of these things right here. That helps out any situation when she's at the gym and whatnot. We know some men don't care, but we want to make sure as men, as godly men, as men that are honoring their marriage, to make sure that she knows who she is, she knows who's hers, and he knows who is that God has provided for him. So that's some things that we feel even with shacking. So I want to make sure, if you are doing that route, to make sure that you learn from it, use it as a learning experience, not to say that we're just going to operate as we're married. You don't want to be test driving for 10 years. You want to make sure that you
and you get complacent. Right, you get complacent and so just used to, okay, we're going to live together, we're going to pay these bills together, but you're not doing it strategically. And it ends up being, well, this is what we're going to do, and then you find yourself stuck. Well, and that's because you didn't have those relationship goals that we just talked about. And, you just have to have a pathway to purpose in your relationship. And so when you don't have those goals and you're just doing it just to do it, you stuck. You don't have those goals, they fail, and not what you stuck with. Probably a baby, this rent or mortgage that you have to pay that y'all done went in on together, all this furniture that y'all done rented together, and y'all don't own anything, and then he leaves or she leaves, and you stuck with the bill.
Credit problems.
You have all these. So is it a good idea or a God idea? For some people, shacking may work. I've had friends that have stayed in different cities or different states, and that's done it. Some stayed in the same state and just wanted to see, I need to see what this person is about. And as adults, you have some 25, 24-year-olds that's getting their own home, and so you have to move in. So it makes sense to want to save money for a wedding, save money for preparation, for your future family, to combine those two incomes together, live in one household, pay one rent, pay one mortgage, and save money. But you have to be wise, you have to have some goals, and you have to be more realistic. Is this really gonna work? Is it for us? Right.
So some things you guys heard about today, with our views on shacking, and we want to get y'all input, but there's some things we want to let you guys know for the goals. Make sure that you begin to talk to your significant other about what's the next plan for the next 6 months, for the next year, 2 years, 5 years, whatever it is. If you're already shacking, and if you're not shacking, just to make sure that that's something that you want to do, because sometimes when you go that route and you hurry up and rush into that thing, it could really hurt and put pressure on your relationship. So you really want to make sure that's what that you want to do. And if you are typically saying that, hey, this is what I have to do, I have no other choice to do that, and make sure that with the biblical aspect that you be mindful and be with the praying mindset that temptation will be a little bit stronger, because you are trying to do the right thing, but circumstances has caused you guys to where you all are coming as one and trying to combine.
And remember that the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. So he doesn't want to see a union. He knows union is going to make you multiply, and so he doesn't want to see two people become as one. So it's really harder when you do shack up, but if it's for you, it's for you. Just remember to talk to one another, set your goals, communicate, and pray and ask God for wisdom. Is this really for us?
Right, because you don't want to be wasting time and burning up ties and getting into arguments and getting into
wasting your time
about that, simply with that, because like I said, you don't want to be test driving something for 10 years and then say, I'm gonna turn it back to the dealership. No, because that's time wasted. So we hope you guys really enjoyed today. We want you to like, comment, and subscribe and share this video, and we got some more good things coming for you guys, so make sure you stay tuned for what's going to happen with us. And we want you guys to always remember,
love is an action word. Bye. Y'all have a good one.